Friend, it is Simply Tea again, and I'm just coming to you on this lovely snow day. So I just figured I would kind of brighten up my day on the inside with another paint session. So I still had one more canvas from my paint by number kit. So I'm just here having some wine and watching The Grinch. This canvas is a little tinier, well, a whole lot tinier than the last one that I showed you guys. But I don't know if you can see it. It's supposed to be a koi fish pond. I don't know where this is supposed to go, but let's figure it out together. So once again, I am using the color code that came with this paint by number kit from Five Below. That's where I bought it from. So if you're looking to get into painting really easy for beginners and you don't have the instinct to know what to color it as, like me, just go to Five Below, your local Five Below, and go in the back towards like the home section and the art section, and you're probably going to find a couple like variety boxes of different canvases. Figured I would pop back in and just share a few more random thoughts that I have going on that are very much relevant to kind of what I'm dealing with this season. When it comes to, you know, random thoughts or what I'm dealing with right now, I kind of feel like this particular season for me is, I feel like I'm in a season of forgiveness. Not just for, you know, giving people who might have like betrayed me or disappointed me or hurt me in the past or even recently, but also for myself. So I mean, I'm on a real deal journey of self-forgiveness, and truth be told, the same growth that has allowed me to start this channel, the same growth that has allowed me to kind of take a leap and be confident in my more creative side and chase after the things that I'm passionate about, is the same confidence and courage that I've been needing to kind of confront some things, those same things that had me doubt myself and doubt that I could ever, you know, achieve anything that I dreamed about. I was just telling somebody the other day that one of my biggest blocks is trusting that my content is worth sharing. I have tons of ideas in here, like tons of ideas in here, but sometimes I'll be like, you know, maybe you should wait until you live in a bigger space to do this video. Maybe you should wait until you have this to do this video. And I want to get further and further away from that attitude, because you can't keep waiting for perfect to happen. Sometimes you have to fail to get to where you want to be. And that is something that I've definitely been working through, being comfortable with failure. Success comes from failing a lot. And when you grow up kind of wanting to make everybody proud, when you grow up always wanting to please people in your life or satisfy a standard that was created for you and not necessarily one that you care to live by, it gets a little muddy. I've been having some very honest conversation with myself. Yes, I do talk to myself. If you don't, that's fine. Don't judge me. One thing I realized is self-forgiveness and closure is something that cannot come from the same place or the same source of the pain or the disappointment that you're experiencing. Recently, when I had the chance to kind of confront those same sources of pain and disappointment, it was a rude awakening, to be completely honest with you, because when I had that chance to kind of release things that I had been holding on forever, and I don't know if you can relate or if you've been through something like this, but you ever had a chance to like tell somebody how they made you feel and they sat there and acted like they had no idea what you're talking about? It's infuriating, it's confusing, and then part of that makes you feel like hurt all over again, because it's like, what? this one thing that I let define me, this one thing that I allowed me to keep me from other relationships, this one thing kept me from wearing bathing suits, this one thing that kept me from starting this channel, this one thing that kept me from starting another friendship, this one thing that kept me from moving on and starting life again. You know, this action or these words by this one person in my life that kept me from being able to move on and see closure has affected me in a totally different way than the person that was the source of that pain or disappointment. I came to realize a couple things. People can do the most painful things to each other, say the most hurtful things to you. It will be something that shapes your idea of human relationships or your self-esteem, your body image, your idea of relationships and love or friendships or family relationships. And it'll be something that you create a defense against. And you walk around with it, and it's like this scar that's on you, whether it's invisible or visible. Sometimes when you finally get the courage to use your voice and express to that person how they hurt you, they've gone on and created so many different milestones in their life, experience all the things that you've desired to experience in their lives because they didn't need closure for what they did to you. One of the harshest lessons I started learning maybe a little bit before this year was just because somebody is the source of your disappointment or the source of your pain, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're the source of the healing and the solution for that pain or that disappointment that you're going through. And maybe this is why, like, as a very sensitive person, I try my best not to disregard other people's feelings and what they're going through when I make certain decisions or I say certain things to them. I'm a very cautious person, and I'm learning the hard way that not everybody is that way. Not everybody is going to be affected by their actions. We're all one word, one action away from affecting somebody else and not having any idea of it. There might have been something encouraging that you told somebody. There might have been something very kind that you might have said to someone years ago, and you don't even remember what it was, but it probably set that person on a path to healing. It probably set that person on a path to go to school. It probably helped them find the courage to change career paths. But that's just how powerful human relationship dynamics are. It might be because I'm an empath. It might be because I'm just a naturally sensitive person. But I truly do believe that we all very much are connected in one way or another. So I've always taken that extra step to just be careful with the way I talk to people. And unfortunately, that's not the way of the world. Unfortunately, that's not, the most common way of dealing with things. So I finally had the chance to kind of like confront or express myself to those individuals who, help affect certain chapters of my life in a negative or positive way. And I realized that they had either they had no idea of how I was affected, or they knew how I was affected and they just, okay, that's for her to deal with. That's when I was just like, damn, I could be really upset right now. I could be really angry right now, but that's not going to push me forward. That's not going to propel me towards finding the solution that I'm looking for. I might have, fell into a circumstance where somebody did something very hurtful to me and I couldn't control how they acted towards me. But I am in full control of everything that I choose to do after that. And just because I'm in full control, that doesn't necessarily mean I know exactly what to do. But it's such a huge revelation to me that I'm just now starting to get familiar with, that I've been kind of processing over the last year and even within the last few months. I was someone that was very non-confrontational. I didn't like to ruffle feathers. Anytime I felt like my discomfort would cause somebody else's discomfort if I didn't express it, I would avoid saying it. I would avoid putting my feelings out there. And I thought it was because I just wanted to do it for the greater good, or I was just the type to kind of go along to get along. even though I can acknowledge that their actions towards me hurt me or disappointed me, sometimes my lack of boundaries in some of my human relationships were the gateway for that offense, were the gateway for that disrespect, were the gateway for that lack of consideration. So I make sure that I'm not victimizing myself, but then I'm also like trying to figure out, okay, what's one thing I can do within myself to make sure that I don't experience this kind of disappointment with this person or anybody else ever again. And it's a tough call. Did I assert myself? Did I verbalize my expectations? Did I set my standards internally and externally? Okay, maybe I knew what I wanted, but did I express what I expected out of that relationship or out of that friendship from that person? Were they aware? And it's not going to fully justify their actions towards me, but it's also going to teach me, all right, well, next time, make it known that you don't accept X, Y, and Z. Next time, let it be known from day one or square one that doesn't fly with you. You know what I mean? That's what I can do from the inside. And I also have to hold myself accountable for letting things go a whole lot further than they need to. Almost as if like somebody's stepping on your toe and you're too afraid to scream or let them know like you're standing on my foot. You know what I mean? I think I'm doing something to avoid conflict. I'm causing more conflict down the road by not speaking out for myself or speaking up for myself. One thing I realized through my journey of seeking closure, through a lot of the situations that I feel shaped my personal views of what life is like or personal views of myself, was getting back to me and just having a moment of self-honesty. You know, sometimes we do good deeds and we try to do things for people, and you might give somebody a gift, and the minute they react in a way that you didn't expect them to react, you're disappointed. You know, I am a giving person. I am a very giving person, but I had to accept that if you're going to give, if you're going to make sacrifices for people in your life, if you're going to try to do good deeds, be honest about why you're doing them. I've never thought of myself as somebody with a hidden agenda, but the more honest I became with myself, the more I was able to realize, like, okay, you were doing that because you wanted to gain that person's trust. You were doing that specifically to gain favor with that person so they would open up to you more, so they would love you more. And it doesn't always work. And it's tough. But once you start having that kind of like honest, self-reflective conversation with yourself from the inside out, you start to realize it's like, oh no, you did this because you thought it would bring them closer to you. You did this because you thought, you know, this would help them see the value of keeping you around. And you have to confront the ways that you show love. You have to confront the way in which you relate to people so you can be able to know, okay, what part did I play in this? Even though I cannot control what people say about me, even though I can't control what people, what intentions they have towards me, I can protect myself and I can, you know, do my part to avoid falling into those same traps again by simply just being self-reflective and being honest with myself. A lot of times, I know for me, it's always been easier to forgive people for their transgressions towards me or their betrayal. But I remember always carrying that pain around. Even though I said I forgive them, that pain or that bitterness or that offense was still around my heart. Closure comes from within. I've been in situations where I straight up went to somebody like, I came to you so we can talk and we can get closure. And, you know, I've had people tell me like, hey, I received closure when I walked away from the situation. And I was just like, ugh. It was a punch in the gut. And that was their closure. Closure is subjective. Just because somebody else has closure from a situation, that doesn't necessarily mean you share the same source of closure. That's something that you have to seek for yourself. A lot of the things that I've been chasing closure after, I allowed so much time and so much of life to pass me by looking for that closure when all along it was within me. when all along it was me having to accept myself for being who I am, and not picking myself apart, and realizing, look, maybe you were not the right person for that partner. Maybe you were not the right person for that friend. And sometimes when we're disappointed by people, it's not always because they mean harm, but things happen, man. And I think the more honest we are with ourselves and one another, the easier it becomes to kind of navigate those miscommunications. I realized I don't want to keep avoiding the pain or the discomfort that comes with self-discovery if I want to grow as much as I say I do. There are people who will never come back and apologize to you. There are people walking this earth, living life, starting new families, starting new chapters of life, getting new jobs, new friendships, new relationships, and the memory of what they did or said to you is the furthest thing from their mind. And it's something that you're carrying in your heart every single day. And that's the pain that's keeping you from being confident enough to wear a certain outfit, or think of yourself as beautiful because somebody hurt your feelings, because somebody bullied you about your weight or your looks or your complexion or your accent or where you come from. And while those things are very much wrong, it helps to reframe that pain and to grow from it. It sucks. It really does. At the same time, I feel like I'm becoming a better friend to myself for the time or the chance that I'm giving myself to reflect on those things without those people involved. Because when you finally do get a chance to let that person know exactly how they made you feel in that moment in high school, or in that relationship, or at that party, or in that argument that you guys had a while ago, and you start to see that they're not affected or as deeply affected as you are from that conversation or that breakup or that falling out, it's going to hurt 10 times worse all over again. There are times where people will come back and apologize. And you're going to have to find that peace within yourself to forgive them and forgive yourself, just in case they never come back to acknowledge it. Some people don't come back because they don't realize how much they hurt you. And believe it or not, there are a lot of times where people don't come back because they don't know how. I've had people come back into my life and tell me, look, I realized I made a mistake. I wasn't the best friend that I could be. I wasn't the best boyfriend I could have been at the time, and you deserved a lot better. Forgiveness is not forgetting. That's not what I'm suggesting that anybody does, because it's hard to do. Like, I mean, it's tough. And we're human. So no, I'm not expecting you to have this superpower to like just completely wipe your mind of those big events that happen, or those big transgressions that were, done against you. Peace of mind is so expensive. And I think that's why I'm constantly carefully choosing nowadays what environment I put myself into. Ever since I started this channel, did this mostly to prove to myself that I am special. I am a force to be reckoned with. Despite the things that I've been through, despite the pain that I've experienced, there is still life worth living beyond those things. And sometimes we cling to that stuff and we let it define us. And we forget all about our goals and dreams that we had beyond those things because we feel like we don't deserve them anymore. We feel like we allowed somebody to do those things to us. And as a form of self-punishment, I stopped bothering to chase some of my dreams because I felt like you don't deserve that anymore, or you don't deserve to chase that anymore. That shouldn't be your goal. You need to work on getting closure. Don't let your desire for closure, don't let your desire for amends that may not even happen, don't let your desire for acknowledgement from a source of pain or disappointment stop you from looking forward. I'm not telling you to no longer feel pain, but focus your energy into everything else that is within your control. Like, okay, this happened to me. I can't control it. What's on the list that I can't control? All right, I can control pursuing my degree. Okay, let me go and get that. All right, I can fix up my resume and apply for another job. I can get on a healthier diet and continue to live for myself and be a healthier version of me. What can I do? All right, I can start that YouTube channel and get to know people who can put me in positions of growth and success and genuine friendship and confidence in ways that that event or that individual or that relationship or that friendship could not. Just because somebody hurts you, just because somebody disappoints you, that does not mean they stole your destiny. That does not mean that they took away your chance to still have a future. And I'm not at the top of the mountain just yet. I'm not completely there yet. It still is an everyday struggle, whether it's a big or small situation. But what I am learning to do more often is to trust my own voice. I missed out on what I was looking for from that person. How can I provide what I was looking for myself? What were you looking for from that person? What were you looking for from that project, that business partnership, that friendship, that relationship, that marriage that you could provide for yourself? That void does not have to stay empty just because that person did not meet your expectations of filling that void. As tough as it is for me to grow through, it really is forcing me to really be a friend to myself that I've been to everybody else all this time. Forgiving yourself is a whole lot more important than having that person acknowledge us. You know, sometimes I used to sit there and wait for that magic moment where that person would just walk through the door with some flowers and be like, I am so sorry for everything I did to you. And then, you know, they would walk through the door and they'd be like, all right, you still heard about that? Why are you bringing up the past? And I would deflate like a balloon, you know what I mean? Because I was blaming myself for their lack of remorse. Those things are not related, man. I'm telling you. We're all balls of emotion walking around trying to figure out life. And some of us make certain decisions that affect people beyond ourselves without even realizing it. Don't blame yourself. Do not internalize that. Don't put that weight on you. Don't let the weight of somebody else's actions weigh you down and keep you from moving forward. Now that I'm halfway through this situation, it's giving a whole lot more Baby Shark than Koi Fish Pond. But this is how it turned out so far. I think I might have mixed some of the colors wrong, but listen, I'm relaxed. That's all that matters, okay? That's why I was doing this. The main reason why I called you today was not just so we can paint and sit and chat together about my random thoughts, but wanted to announce to you guys that I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, y'all. I did it, 1,000 subscribers, and it means a lot to me because this is not what I started this channel for. It's a great feeling, but it is not my initial goal. It was considered a bonus to me. This milestone is a confirmation that everything that I've experienced, everything that I've worked towards, everything that I've decided to face head on and confront in my own personal life and share with the world is not in vain. I've met so many amazing people on this platform since opening up, and I truly do feel like the best is ahead of me. This proves to me that I've been in my own way. And I just wanted to thank you guys, honestly, for coming on this journey with me. It lets me know that I can go ahead and dream bigger. I don't have to count myself out. I don't have to limit my expectations and my goals for myself or this channel or my journey as a whole. I do have a whole lot more in store that I can't wait to share with you, just to celebrate the little glimpses of sunshine I've been able to celebrate since joining you guys on here and sharing pieces of me with you. I would like to do another giveaway for my subscribers. Yes, I would like to celebrate this milestone and many more to come with you as well. And just thank you for all of your support. So just to kind of get more into the holiday spirit and celebrate this huge victory, this time I would like to do a cash giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 separate winners for this particular giveaway who will each be receiving $50 in a cash giveaway from me to you personally. So all you have to do is write your name in the comment box below and I will select it that way. Just make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Mainly the only way to enter this giveaway in particular is to just watch this video, like it, and then just write a comment below and I will be randomly selecting 2 winners from the comments below this video. So I know I'm cheesing kind of hard right now and I'm trying to like contain myself, but it is a huge deal to me. And like I said, it's confirmation. So for anyone who is out there dealing with the same challenges, dealing with the same lessons that they're learning through life slowly, just know that you're not alone. Especially during the season, just know that you don't have to deal with things by yourself, and don't doubt yourself because you can be your biggest roadblock. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening, and best of luck to the winners, whoever you will be out there. I will be announcing the winners of this giveaway next Friday. Okay, so don't forget, this is for US residents. I will write the details of the giveaway below and how I plan to do the cash giveaways, and I will see you on Friday, same time, same place. Thank you so much for clicking play. Thank you for all of your support and all of your genuine encouragement while I navigate my way through YouTube on this channel. Thank you so much. God bless you. I love you. Peace out.